You guys, it's been such a long time. So much has been happening just living in Japan. I've been here for 4 months now. And this video is about just how I've improved in terms of just speaking Japanese and just, my general life here. So I started off being in the country, guiding my sister around. And then I started the language school, and I did that for 2 months. The language school was quite intense, actually. It was different to what I imagined, as they focused on a lot of different aspects, whether that was speaking, so normal conversation, free talk, writing, listening, as well as giving us daily homework to do. So that was quite a challenge. I had to do it 5 days a week. That was something. So I did that for 2 months, and I lived in a bunch of different places, mostly living by myself, and a share house. In the share house, there was one Japanese person, and I got to speak to him almost every day. Everything from Ohio and Oyasumi side to, just conversation about anything. So that was pretty interesting, as it was a cool way to kind of just immerse myself in, the culture, make a friend at the time, and just speak about all sorts of topics. As we didn't just do the daily stuff, we did talk about, other deep stuff like language, how to improve language, and more. There was one section where my spoken Japanese and my written Japanese is completely different. And then I got him and the landlord's son to check over one of my essays, and that was pretty interesting, as they looked at my essay and they're like, wow, this is so different compared to how you talk, because obviously when you talk, it's a very unconscious process, as you just say whatever you need to do to communicate, as well as speaking how you feel sounds right. And you get into the flow and the groove, and then you vibe with people as you speak. When you write, they'll say that it's more like I was thinking in English and typing in Japanese, and that's how it read. So it was quite unnatural. So that was the experience, just understanding more about how my Japanese kind of translated onto the page, literally. So that was the experience. And then after language school, I traveled around Japan all the way from Tokyo to Kumamoto. So I went from Tokyo, like Shimoda and Shizuoka, Numazu in Shizuoka, Nagoya. Then I stayed in Osaka. I went to Kobe, Nara, and Kyoto. And then after that, I stayed in Hiroshima. Then I went to Fukuoka. Then after Fukuoka, I went to Kumamoto. Well, then I did a hikairi day trip to Hita in Oita. Then after that day trip, I went back to Fukuoka. Then I flew in a plane back to Tokyo. So I'm currently in Tokyo right now, and I'm living in a share house. So yeah, I've had a lot of different experiences, and how my Japanese have changed through those experiences is, what I want to talk about today. As I met a lot of friends along the way, and a lot of friends who I was friends before I came to Japan. And then I met up here, and then we became better friends. Met people like that, and just lots of interactions, whether it's talking to random Japanese people, staff employees, going to the city hall where I had to do registration for, my address and insurance and pension. So doing all of that in Japanese, lots of different experiences. So what my friends have said to me ever since I've come to Japan is that my accent has improved. They say my accent's improved, so it sounds more and more like, standard Japanese. That's what they've said to me. Say it sounds more natural. One person who I met the other day who moved into my share house, they're Japanese. I spoke to them a little bit in English and Japanese. And then, they said to me that, I sound close to a Japanese person if they close their eyes. Not too sure how accurate that is. But it's as they say, with things that you've practiced over and over again, those types of conversations, you're likely to be quite skilled at, saying those sort of things. So maybe it just rolls off the tongue. Who knows? So, yeah, man, that's so cool. But I feel like because I'm really tall in Japan, it attracts a lot of attention. So no matter where I go, people saying to me, "Seiga takai, dekai, mite, 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 ookii yan." Like that sort of stuff, like, just he's really tall. It kind of acts as an icebreaker to start conversation. So I started a conversation with a bunch of people all around the country. And it's been, some really cool experiences. Just speaking to people, seeing their reaction. They'll usually be like, oh, so how long have you been like living in Japan? Then I'll be like, oh, I've just been living 4 months. It's like, what, 4 months? Only 4 months? I thought you've been living here for a couple of years. And yeah, like usually what would annoy some people is the conversations go with some kind of a template. So they usually ask you, where are you from? How long have you been in Japan for? When would you like to go back home to your home country? Why are you interested in Japan? What do you think of Japanese food? Can you use chopsticks? Do you like raw fish? What kind of food you prefer more? Food in your country or food in Japan? And those are the classic questions people would ask you. So you get a lot of that sort of stuff when you live in Japan. So yeah, man, range of experiences. But I'll probably keep it like that, as eventually I want to record an update where I speak Japanese, maybe with one of my friends, and then you can hear how I sound. But definitely so far, living in Japan has been a fun experience. It's been opening my eyes, and it's nothing compared to what people usually say. Because before you go to Japan, a lot of people try and tell you how Japan's going to be. But honestly, I think individuals' experiences will vary in mileage. And luckily for me, I have something which stands out even more. So that creates a lot of curiosity, and people would just randomly talk to me. But in terms of dialects, I feel like going from, would you call it like east to west, north to south? I don't know. What would you call it going from Tokyo to Kumamoto? I feel like that variation on accent doesn't really change too much once you go past Osaka, right? I didn't have any problem understanding anybody wherever I went. So that was good, I feel. Even in Kumamoto, the accent just kind of sounds, it was fine. I think like maybe really thick Kansai Ben will probably be a bit harder than that. It wasn't so heavy. And I had, some conversations with some natives to, Kumamoto, and yeah, it's not so bad. So yeah, I guess that's what I want to talk about in this video. Thank you for listening to this video, and hope to come up with another update soon.